Hello. Hello. Oh dear. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in betwixt. Welcome to the 27th Street Theatre production of the Alice in Wonderland. We are honoured to play on the gorgeous traditional lands of the Okanagan people who have lived here since time immemorial. There will be a 15-minute intermission where you can purchase cake or juice for $2. Please take this time to turn off all your noise-making devices, phones, watches, and whatnot. Do not take photos or videos, or off with your heads! Enjoy the show.
All in the golden afternoon, full leisure, for both our oars with little skill, by little arms applied, while little hands make vain pretence of wanderings together. Our cruel three, in such an hour, beneath such dreamy weather, to beg a tale of breath too weak to stir the tiniest feather. Yet what can one poor voice avail against three tongues together? Imperious Prima flashes forth her edict to begin it in gentle tones to compose.
Oh dear. Oh dear. The Duchess. I shall be late.
Woo!
Oh my ears and whiskers. Something has fallen into my rabbit hole.
Whoa!
It sounds like a little girl.
Down, down, down. Oh, I wonder where I'm falling to.
It talks. It is a little girl.
Oh, after such a fall as this, I shall think nothing of falling downstairs. Oh, I shouldn't say a word, even if I fell off the top of the house.
Which is very likely true.
How dark it looks ahead.
Oh, my fur and forepaws. She's coming to the edge. What if she should break to bits when she falls off?
Hi, here it goes!
Oh, I'm afraid to look. Little girls can't leap like rabbits. Dear me, oh dear me.
Is this the end?
The question is there any such thing?
Of course there is. Everything comes to an end sometime.
Well, it might be a beginning, you know.
Beginning of what?
Well, how can I tell till I know more about you? The fall didn't hurt you at all.
Oh, that it didn't. And it's very curious because it lasted a very long time.
Well, that's because you belong here.
Where am I?
Well, that all depends on what's going on inside of you.
I wish you wouldn't talk nonsense.
I wish you'd mind your manners.
Oh, I didn't mean to be rude.
Then don't be. Doesn't work down here.
Well, I only asked where am I?
And I told you, you're where you belong. And that depends on what goes on inside of you.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, how do you suppose you got down my rabbit hole?
I fell. I was sitting by my sister on a riverbank when I saw you run by. You were talking to yourself. And then you took a watch from your pocket and looked at it. And that made me so curious, I ran after you. And when you popped down that rabbit hole, I just popped down after you.
And you entirely forgot that little girls can't just go down rabbit holes.
Why, yes. I just felt inside of me that I had to see what you were doing.
Exactly. And so, here you are. And you never once stopped to think how in the world you were going to get out again.
Oh, dear. Oh, Rabbit, I want to go back. Please, back where I came from.
It's one thing to think so, and another to do it.
Oh, I wish you would contradict me all the time.
Oh, very well. Go right ahead and fold up again.
You don't fall up, you climb. Where I fell off, oh, it went up like a wall. Suppose I couldn't climb it.
I am supposing it.
Oh, it's a little frightening. Oh, Rabbit, I want to go back. Please, back where I came from.
It's no use whatever to want that.
Well, why not?
Every hour is a one-way road. It will take you wherever you choose, but it will never take you back again.
But I want to see the sky, and I want to see my sister. Oh, isn't there any way to get out of here?
Well, there are dozens of ways. There's a way for me, and a way for you, and one for Johnny, and will pursue. But you can't go back, and you walk alone. For every Jack has a way of his own. Now, oh, your way is through the garden, where the trial is held.
Oh, how can I get there?
You can't.
You're very confusing, I'm sure. First you tell me I must go through it, and then you tell me I can't?
I didn't say that. I said you couldn't go to it.
Then how am I to go through it? Answer that.
When you belong in the garden, it will come to you.
I never saw God move.
You never saw much, and that's a fact. Oh, my whiskers! The Duchess! The Duchess! Oh.
Wait, Rabbit! Wait, Rabbit! Wait, I tell you! Rabbit! Rabbit!
White Rabbit!
What a rumpus! Can I never find a place for a quiet smoke?
Rabbit!
Oh, someone's calling you. Can't you make them keep still? It puts me out of sorts.
You talk to them, won't you? I can't wait.
What about it?
How about their garden? Tell them it will never come to them till they learn to keep their temper.
Rabbit!
Oh, such a temper. You'd better wait and tell them yourself.
Well, I can't wait. I promised the Duchess to speak of peace at her party. And to speak, how doth the little? Oh. How doth the little busy bee improve each shining hour, and gather honey all the day from every fragrant flower. Beautiful, isn't it?
If you like it, it makes me feel contrary.
Well, you tell them about that temper.
I will if they make me feel friendly. If they make me feel contrary, I'll be contrary. I won't tell them a single thing.
Oh, it's too bad for him. That is... Oh.
Who are you?
Well, I hardly know. I knew who I was when I got up this morning, but... Well, I think I've turned into somebody else.
What do you mean? Explain yourself.
Well, I can't explain myself, because I'm not myself. But I am myself. Do you see?
I don't see.
Well, when I got up this morning, I was just Alice. And now I'm not Alice. And so many me's in a day is confusing.
It isn't.
Well, maybe you haven't found it so, but one day you'll turn into a chrysalis and then a butterfly, and you'll feel a little bit peculiar then, won't you?
Not a bit.
Well, it feels a little odd to me, as if I was someone stupid.
You are.
I'm not. I'm the top of my class. Or, at least I was. I'm trying some of the things I used to know. 4 times 5 is 12.
Wrong.
Try geography. London is the capital of Paris. That's not quite right, I'm afraid.
Try some poetry.
I'll recite, how doth the little. How doth the little crocodile improve his shining scale, and pull the waters of the Nile with his fragrant tail? Oh, some of the words have gotten altered.
It's wrong from beginning to end.
You see, I have changed a great deal.
You haven't.
Oh, it's no use talking to you. I want to find the garden where the trial is being held. The things you say are of no use to me at all.
They are.
Make such short and rude remarks.
I don't.
Well, you're going to contradict every single thing that I say.
I'm not.
You have been doing so. You can't deny that.
I can.
It's very frustrating, you know.
Oh, come back. I have something important to say.
What is it?
Keep your temper.
That's all. What else, sir?
Well, saying it is one thing and doing it is another.
Keeping my temper. I'm usually very polite. Things are so strange lately. What shall I do next?
Ask the Duchess. Knock on her door.
But there isn't any door.
There is.
That wasn't very civil of him. That must be the Duchess's door. This time I'll keep my temper. No matter
What happens, I'll keep my temper.
not kidding. I'm on the same side of the door as you are.
Please, then how am I to get in?
Are you not getting in at all? That's the first question.
I'd like to ask the Duchess the way to the guard.
You're making such a noise now. Nobody can hear you.
But what am I to do?
Anything you like.
Well, then I'll just go in myself. That I will.
As you wish. What?
There's sadly too much in that soup. Too much. Too little. Thanks.
I speak roughly to my little boy and beats him when he sneezes, for he can thoroughly enjoy the pepper when he pleases. Be quiet, Kate.
You shouldn't call your baby names.
If everyone minds their own business, the will grow down faster than it does. Speak roughly to my boy and beats him when he sneezes. Thoroughly enjoy the cook. More pepper.
Oh, well, please, why are you doing?
Yeah. You may nurse it. I have to go play croquet. The queen's in the garden. Come along now, the house will be going in a minute.
Tidy up the cat,
Bring in the
She said in the garden. Will you please
No sort of use in asking me. I'm not in a mood to talk about gardens.
I must ask someone. What sort of people live around?
To the right, lives a hatter. To the left, lives a marsh hare. Is it either you like? They're both good.
I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, you can't help it. We're all mad here. Oh, give me the pig.
Really shouldn't cultivate the pig.
That's all you know.
Which shall I visit, I wonder? Oh, I hope they're not both quite brave and mad.
Here's a place, clean as clean, not a single crumb.
Help me with that table! They didn't seem to see me. I'm going to be very polite this time, no matter what happens, because I must find out how to be God. This poor Sir Rabbit's talking nonsense, and God wouldn't have to me.
You tell the dormouse to bring in the chairs.
I couldn't find him.
He's asleep. I put him in the cellar.
Then we'll have to carry him. Oh, push him.
Be quick, or the tea will get cold.
You'll have to help me with him. If you please, will you tell me?
No room! No room!
There's plenty of room.
Have some candy.
I don't see any.
There isn't any.
Then it wasn't very civil of you to offer it.
It wasn't very civil of you to sit down here without being invited.
Oh, I didn't know it was your table. It's laid out for a great many more than 3. If you please, will you tell me?
Shall we tell her?
You don't even know what I'm going to ask yet.
It doesn't matter what it is.
What matters is how you behave.
Ask for a room.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
I think I can guess that one.
Do you mean you think you can find out the answer to it?
Well, exactly so.
Then you should say what you mean.
I do. At least I mean what I say. It's the same thing, you know.
Not the same thing a bit. You might just as well say, I see what I eat is the same as I eat what I see.
You might just as well say, I like what I get is the same as I get what I like.
You might just as well say, I breathe when I sleep is the same as I sleep when I breathe.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
Why is a raven like a writing desk? No, I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Nor I.
Well, I should think you might find something better to do with your time than asking riddles that haven't any answers.
There's nothing to do with our time here but have tea. Tea. It's always 6 o'clock here.
Was that that the reason there's so many tea things put out?
Yes, that's it. It's always tea time, and we've not time to watch the things between whiles.
Then you can move it around, I suppose.
Exactly so. I want a clean cup now. I'll move one place.
Wake up! Wake up! We want to move.
Pour some hot tea on his nose.
It's no use. He won't wake up till half after 6.
It's very trying to have a watch. It's always 6 o'clock.
I told you, there's some butter in it.
Oh, please don't do that.
Why not? Stop the watch. How can I stop it when it isn't going?
Answer that.
I can't, but...
Then hold your tongue.
It's no use. It's still 6 o'clock.
Try some hot tea.
Oh, stop the watch.
How can I stop it when it isn't going?
Answer that!
I just told you I can't answer that.
Now hold your tongue.
No use. He won't wake up. We'll have to move him.
Come on, my little chum. You've been eating too much cake. This isn't very tidy.
Hey, what's good enough for us is good enough for you.
If it was good enough for you, then why didn't you stay there?
The rule is move down 3 places.
But now that there are 4 of us,
If you can't be silly, you better wait till you're nine.
it was very nice of you to take me in, I'm sure.
I vote the young lady recites a poem.
And I wouldn't get it quite right.
Recite. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Pigeon.
Begin. You question, he doesn't mind me. Now then, recite.
Oh. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at. Not quite right, I'm afraid.
There's nothing right about it.
Paint him on both sides at once.
Oh, that's good.
Arms to yourself.
Oh. You spilled the milk.
Pick it up at once.
Oh, I can't pick up milk.
You can't do much, and that's a fact.
I'd be glad to wipe it up and make a cough. Oh, it's going onto the ground too. Oh.
There's plenty of clean ground. Help us with the table.
And mind what you think about while you're doing it.
What must I think about?
All manner of things. Everything what begins with an F.
Why with an F?
Why not? Take some more tea.
I haven't had it. I can't take more.
You mean you can't have less? It's very easy to take more than nothing.
Nobody asked for your opinion. That is, you're quite right. It's very easy to take more than nothing.
Sit down and do it then.
Give him some more tea.
What's this? Yeah.
If you please, oh Hatter, oh Martyr, oh Dormouse, would you be so kind as to tell me the way to the garden?
Just keep on the way you're going now.
Thank you, goodbye. Oh Hatter, oh Martyr, oh Dormouse, goodbye. Keep on going the way I'm going now, but I'm not going anywhere at all. I'm staying right in one place.
So the question is there any such thing?
Of course there is. Every place is just one place.
Certainly not. For instance, this is the place where you lost your temper, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm afraid so.
That's one. And now, it's the place where you kept it.
I tried to.
That's two. And it's the place where there wasn't any garden, isn't it?
And yet I did keep my temper. I was very polite.
And now, it's the place where there is a garden. That's four.
What a lovely garden. But, well, I don't see any place for a trial.
How do you know you don't?
Well, there ought to be jury boxes. I'm not quite sure what they are, but I've read about them in the paper.
You don't belong in the trial yet. When you do, the jury boxes will be right here.
Will they appear when I don't know it, like the garden did?
Exactly so. Only you'll have to run very fast. Very, very fast.
Well, why must I run? The trial's right here.
It'll be one of those times. You'll have to run as fast as you can just to stay right where you are. Or faster.
Wish you wouldn't keep talking nonsense.
Oh, very well. You're going to begin losing your temper again.
Sorry, I'm very, very sorry. Things are so strange lately. Creatures all contradict me, and they seem to think I don't amount to anything at all.
Well, the question is, do you?
Well, I'm afraid I don't amount to much. Creatures all find fault with me, and they look down on me. Disappoints me.
That's because you're afraid you don't amount to much. You'll never belong in a trial till you get over that.
Oh, Rabbit, can you please tell me how I can stop feeling like this?
I can, yes. But it's of no use whatever to tell you.
Why not?
Well, you'll never know until you've done it.
Just not let them make me feel good for nothing? It sounds sort of easy.
That's it.
I can't wait to find someone to begin. Who's that?
He's the mock turtle.
Well, what's he like?
He's the one they make mock turtle soup of course.
I'm a little afraid. Suppose it's because I'm not used to him?
But you should be glad of that. The thing to be afraid of is getting used to things. Something you never saw before is exciting.
Come now, that's so. I haven't the least idea what a mock turtle is, but I won't let him make me feel good for nothing. That I won't. Well, what if I don't amount to much after all?
Of course you don't. Nobody does.
But don't you?
Of course I do. Everybody does.
Oh, you're very confusing. How can I amount to much and not amount to much at the same time?
Well, that's what nobody knows. But you do.
Oh, you know what? I'm sure I amount to as much as that mock turtle. After all, he doesn't sing at all well. I was chosen to sing it the last day of school. I declare, he's coming here. I must go and practice. I'll begin at once.
Well, that'll never work. The way not to feel good for nothing is to forget all about it. And the way to forget all about it is to remember somebody else. Now, I wonder whether he'll come across anyone to make him forget all about it. Well, won't make any difference in the taste of carrots.
What's his sorrow?
Oh, he hasn't got any sorrow. It's all his fancy, that.
What a curious creature.
What furious manners! But I don't suppose you've had many lessons in manners.
Well, manners aren't taught in lessons.
That's all that you know about it.
It's the first lesson we had in school. Our master was an old turtle. We called him Tortoise.
Well, why did you call him Tortoise if he wasn't one?
We called him Tortoise because he taught us. And you are very dumb.
Well, what else had you to learn besides manners?
The different branches of arithmetic. Ambition, distraction, derision, and uglification.
I never heard of uglification.
What? Never heard of uglifying? You know what to beautify is,
Oh.
I suppose.
Yes, it's to make something prettier.
Well then, you don't know what to uglify is. You really are a simpleton.
Well, how many hours a day have you to do these lessons?
Well, 10 hours the first day, 9 the second, 8 the third, and so on.
Well, then what did you do on the 11th day?
danced. The lobster quadrille.
I never heard of the lobster quadrille.
I don't suppose he could dance in ice.
I think I could if you showed me the steps. I took a prize in the dancing class a week ago last Saturday. Let's begin.
We'll try him on a poem. What shall we recite?
The Walrus and the Carpenter's Locust.
And it has illustrations.
Is it some sort of an examination?
To see whether you are clever or stupid.
Well, begin.
Look behind you.
What's it about?
The Walrus and the Carpenter.
They were walking along the seashore and they got very hungry.
And they remembered the oysters who lived in the sea.
Now comes the first part of the examination.
We'll recite a poem.
And if you're clever, you can tell us when we come into the picture.
If you're stupid, you can't.
No, ma'am.
Contrary-wise.
Go on.
Oh, oysters coming walk with us, the walrus did proceed. A pleasant walk, a pleasant talk, along the briny beach. We cannot do us more than four. Give a hand to each.
You haven't come to the picture yet.
No, ma'am.
Contrary-wise. Then four young oysters hurried out, all eager for their treat. Their coats were brushed, their faces washed, their shoes were clean and neat. And this is odd, because
haven't come for the picture because there's more than 4.
Farewell. Contrary-wise, then 4 other oysters followed them, and yet another 4. And thick and fast, they came at last, and more, and more, and more, and up into the frothy basin, scrambling to the shore.
Oh, he must be nearly there. I'm going to listen very carefully.
The walrus and the carpenter walked on a mile or so, and then they rested on a rock, convenient for them. And all the little oysters stood and waited in a row.
Well, what were they waiting for?
They must have been waiting for something, you know.
Don't you feel well?
That's it, you've got to the picture!
Here we go round the mulberry bush on a cold and frosty morning.
Oh, I think I'm going to pass.
That's only a little clever, you know. Now we must see whether you can repeat one of the stanzas correctly.
If you're clever, you can.
If you're stupid, you can't.
Try to repeat this.
It's the most important part of the whole poem.
The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things. Of shoes and ships and sealing wax. Of cabbages and kings. And why the sea's boiling hot. And whether pigs have wings.
Now, repeat it.
I'll do my best. The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things. Of shoes and ships and sealing wax, of cabbages and kings, and why the sea is boiling hot, and whether pigs have wings. Oh, that's right, I did it!
Here we go round the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush. Here we go round the mulberry bush on a cold and frosty morning.
Oh, I don't think I've ever been so happy in my life. I think I'm going to pass.
That's only middling clever, you know. Now we must see whether you can make up your mind.
That will be very clever indeed. Well, what must I make my mind up about?
Which you like better, the walrus
Or the carpenter? Oh, come, that ought to be easy.
Well,
Contrary-wise. Well, tell me what each one did, and then I'll know.
you must figure out what they did from what they said.
Go on. A loaf of bread, the walrus said, is what we chiefly need. Pepper and vinegar besides are very good indeed. Now, if you're ready, oysters dear, we can begin to feed. Wait a minute. It sounds to me. Oh, they couldn't be so mean. What are they going to eat?
What do you eat with vinegar and pepper?
Oysters! Oh, I hate that walrus. Oh, what did the carpenter say? Hold on a minute. He hasn't through with the walrus yet.
It was so kind of you to come, and you are very nice. The carpenter said nothing but, cut us another slice. I wish you were not quite so deaf. I've had to ask you twice.
And then he ate them too? Oh, I hate them both!
But you must choose, you know. Listen to the rest.
I'm waiting for you, the walrus said. I deeply sympathize with soaps and tears. He sorted out those of the largest size. Holding his pocket handkerchief, the from his streaming eyes.
Oh, oysters, said the carpenter. You've had a pleasant run. Shall we be trotting home again? The answer came then none. And this was scarcely odd because they'd eaten every one. Oh. Now make up your mind.
Which do you like better? Oh, well, that's very hard. But I think I like the walrus better. He felt a little sorry for the poor oysters. But he ate more than the carpenter. He was anxious and frantic so the poor carpenter couldn't see how many he took. And I don't like him at all. Then I like the carpenter better if he didn't eat as many as the walrus.
But he ate as many as he could get, and he wanted more.
Oh, then I don't like them at all. You must choose, you know. It's a puzzle, and that's a fact. Well, how can I like one better when I don't like either of them all? They're both very unpleasant characters.
I'm afraid she can't make up her mind.
It's always getting the waist where a pattern on the coat off. Hold that. Want me to win or not?
Wonderland welding as Alice said, like a mannequin hand up a bowl on my head, and the Wonderland creatures who ever lately come and play with the red queen. Come here and set up the wings as fast as you can, and sprinkle the players and buttons and bran, the cats and the coffee and mice and the tea, and welcome our Alice with 30 times 3, and set up the wings as fast as you can, and sprinkle the players with buttons and bran, the cats and the coffee and mice and the tea, and welcome our Alice with 30 times 3.
Wonderland creatures walk Alice drawn in. 'Tis an honor to see me, a favor to hear.
'Tis a privilege high, a Canaan to see, along with the Red Queen. And you, then set up the wickets as fast as you can, and sprinkle the players with buttons and bran, the cats and the coffee and mice and the tea, and welcome our Alice with 30 times 3. Then set up the wickets as fast as you can, and sprinkle the players with buttons and bran, the cats and the coffee and mice and the tea, and welcome our Alice with 30 times 3.
You're all very kind, I'm sure. But if I'm to play with Queen...
Speak when you're spoken to!
But if everybody followed that rule, and you always waited for the other person to speak, then nobody would ever say anything.
What did you mean by if I'm to play with queens?
You can't play with us, you know, until you pass the proper examination.
What did you mean?
I only said if.
He only said if.
And he said a great deal more than that.
a joke.
You can deny that if you try with both hands.
But I don't deny things with my hands.
Nobody said you did.
Can you do addition?
Yes, I can.
What's 1 and 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 1?
Oh, I lost count.
He can't do addition.
Can you do subtraction? Take 9 from 8.
Oh, I can't. You know, but
Try again, darling. Take a bone from a dog. What remains?
well, the bone would remain if I took it. The dog wouldn't remain. It would come to bite me. So surely I wouldn't remain. Well, nothing would remain.
Wrong! The dog's temper would remain.
Well, I don't see.
He doesn't see.
The dog would lose his temper, wouldn't he?
Well, I suppose so.
And if he went away, his temper would remain, wouldn't it?
He can't do sums a bit.
I can't so when the proper sums.
Recite. You are old Father William.
Well, I don't know that one, but if you like, I can recite part of the Walrus and the Carpenter.
Well, repeat. You are old Father William, the young man cried. The hair which has left you was gray, yet you are a strong Father William. A hardy old man now. Tell me the reason I pray.
I think that I can remember that.
In the days of my youth, Father William replied, I remembered my youth would fly fast, and abuse not my health, but my vigor at first, that I might never need it at last. Repeat the whole.
I'll do my best. You are old, Father William, and your hair has become very white. You incessantly stand on your head. Do you think it's already that can be right? Some of the words have gotten altered.
Try the second stanza.
In my youth, Father William replied to his son, I feared it might into the brain. But now that I'm perfectly sure I have none, I'll let it again.
That's not said right.
Not quite right, I'm afraid.
It's wrong from beginning to end.
How tall did you say you were?
Well, on 4 feet and...
Wrong! He never said a word like that.
Oh, I thought you meant how tall are you?
If I'd have meant that, I'd have said that. There's glory for you.
There's glory.
Well, I don't see what you mean by glory.
By glory, I mean there's a nice knockdown argument for you.
But I don't think that glory means a nice knockdown argument.
When I use a word, it means exactly what I choose it to mean. Neither more nor less.
Well, the question is whether you can make your words mean so many different things.
The question is,
Which is to be master? You or your words?
That's all.
that's all.
Well, anyways, I don't believe.
He doesn't believe.
I'll give you something to believe. I'm just 101 years old. 5 months and a day.
I don't believe that.
Try again!
Close your eyes and draw a long breath.
Oh, there's no use. I just can't believe impossible things.
He can't believe.
When I was his age, I practiced practice for half an hour each day. Sometimes I believe as many as 6 impossible things.
Did you say you could play croquet?
Oh, you're doing pretty good.
Let's see you hit the stage.
I give you 3 strokes. Hit off.
Off you go ahead. I don't see any stake.
There. Play.
Oh, I wish you would not be looking at me.
Twinkle, twinkle. Missed.
1.
You jumped up.
On with the game.
Twinkle. Missed.
2.
Which isn't a bit fair.
On with the game.
Missed.
3. Off with your head.
There were pies you were still a sacrifice. They always do.
What did you say?
There's no consequence, Your Majesty. There's no consequence at all.
What the toss?
No, Your Majesty.
Silence!
It wasn't the name, Your Majesty.
Who are you?
You can't take off his head until he's had a trial.
Who says so?
I say so.
The trials begin!
Did what?
Stay where we were till time for the trial. That's speed.
What? It looks like the very same garden you were in when you started to run.
But you'd have to run at least twice as fast as you can to get anywhere else. It takes everything you've got just to keep the clock from turning back.
How strange.
It happens every day, only you don't notice it.
They're going to be late. Come and help them along.
If you please, I'd like to rest a little. Oh, look at the trial really has come here. Oh, these look like seats for the judges. And that looks like some jury boxes. I don't exactly know what they are. I've read about them in the paper. Only there seem to be greatly more than here. But everything else looks just as it was. I declare it's too bad to have to run like that, just to stay where you are.
Well, it's worse to go backwards, you know.
Do you think the knave really stole those tarts?
Well, what's your opinion?
Well, I haven't any opinion yet because I'm not sure it was the Queen's tarts I saw someone else eat. It'd be a lot easier to have an opinion if I knew what I was talking about.
You're wrong about that. The less you know, the faster you get opinions.
Anyway, the Queen hasn't any right to say, over the head, without a real trial. Suppose the knave didn't do it.
That would be all the better, wouldn't it?
Of course it would be all the better if he didn't do it, but it wouldn't be all the better if he was being punished for it.
You're wrong about that. Were you ever punished?
Only when I'd done something I shouldn't.
Then you were all the better for it, I know.
Yes, but then I had done the thing I was being punished for.
But if you hadn't done it, it would have been better still, wouldn't it?
I suppose so. Just the same as if they punished the poor knave without making sure it wasn't the cook. I can't stand it.
Well, when a thing happens, you stand it whether you can or not.
Well, then I won't let it happen. That I won't.
Order in the
We're writing down our names for fear we should forget them before the trial's over.
Order in the court.
Harold, read the accusation.
The Queen of Hearts. She made some tarts along a summer day. The name of Hearts. He stole those tarts and took them quite away. No! Yes!
Consider your verdict.
Not yet. There's a great deal to come before that.
What?
Well, witnesses.
Harold!
The cook! Were you in the kitchen when the tarts were made?
I was.
You saw them being made?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Was there anyone else in the kitchen?
Yes.
Man or woman?
Man.
Describe his costume.
Can't. Didn't see him.
Well, that's because she didn't look where he was, Your Majesty.
Where was he? He was hiding under tables, or behind doors, or in ovens, or flour barrels, or things. How did you know he was there? I heard him.
What did you hear?
He sneezed.
Oh, Gerard, the prisoner with the camera! Guilty.
That's true, Your Majesty. Try that man too. I've had enough. The prisoner was in the kitchen! It's not there! Quiet!
Order in the court.
The cook may stand down.
Shan't.
Oh, with your head!
I can't go any lower. I'm on the floor as it is.
All aside. Oh, the prisoner.
The Canave of Hearts. Smile in the presence of royalty. I said smile, not snuggle. Mouth as semicircle.
That's the proper style. Just listen closely. I've got to make a searching test. Prisoner, do you know how tarts are made?
Yes, I can answer that. You take some flour.
Where do you take the flour? In the garden or the window boxes?
Flour isn't picked, it's ground.
How many acres of ground?
You mustn't leave out so many things.
Flour for tarts isn't measured in acres, it's measured in cups, quarts, or barrels.
The cook is spelling it wrong.
It's of no consequence. Explaining knows how tarts are made. Let's prove to you as I did in the kitchen, under tables or in barrels or in things. Write it down.
It proves nothing of the sort. Anyway, I don't think it does. Who are you?
You lied! And you didn't get it!
Press the applause.
Hold that evidence! Press evidence!
I thought I saw an elephant play on a pipe. I looked again and saw it was a letter from my wife. And my pipe becomes a quick. The bitterness of life. That's the most important bit of evidence we have.
very provoking to be told we can't call a thing eminent we wish to call eminence. I call anything eminence I wish to do. Impenetrability. That's what I say.
Impenetrability!
Will you please tell me what impenetrability
By impenetrability, I meant just now we've had enough of that subject, and it'd be just as well if you hold your tongue. As I don't suppose you mean to stop here all the rest of your life interfering with this trial. So?
Well, I shall interfere with this trial as long as it isn't fair. So?
Your Majesties must cross-examine the prisoner.
Well, if I must. Where were you when the tarts were set out to cool?
In the garden. Did you see anyone there? I saw the cook. Nothing of the sort. Ask him if he spoke with anyone.
Did you speak with anyone?
He spoke with me.
And did he show any signs of having eaten tarts?
Great, Millie.
How do you know?
He paid me compliments.
I know that.
You haven't forgot the identical spot where you stopped me from singing it dizzy. You call me plain, and you supposed to be vain. But I knew you meant I was pretty.
You didn't know I meant that.
He's too afraid of being found out to know what he means.
I merely ate the tarts. I merely ate them all. Write it down.
Stop your nonsense! What sort of evidence is that? Write out!
Your Majesties must cross-examine the ditty.
Call the ditty. The real ditty.
Everybody, please put your hands together for the ditty!
There was a pig who sat alone beside a ruined hall. Like day and night he made his moan, it would have turned the heart to stone. See him wring his hooves and groan because he could not jump. Rose that pig and jumped forward and pressed that ruined pump. He first saw red and then saw black. He rolled right over on his back. His stomach gave in, his bones went crack. It was a faithful strong.
There was a pig who sat alone beside a ruined pump. By day and night he made his moan. It would have turned a heart to stone to see him bring his hooves and groan because he could
ready to give the verdict yet.
Sing it!
Tell me everything I can. There's little to relate. I saw a page man was sitting on a gate. Who are you? Who are you, big man? I said, and how we say to live. Kings of time, through my head, like water trickles through a
I can and I do.
But it's just nonsense!
You may call it nonsense if you like, but I've heard nonsense compared to which that would be as sensible as a dictionary.
Well, the question is a dictionary ever sensible?
Consider the verdict.
There's nothing in that song to consider.
I hadn't come to the verdict yet. That must be whispered.
That's not a regular rule. You invented it just now.
It's the oldest rule in the book.
Then it ought to be number one.
On with the execution!
You can't do that. You can't have an execution without a trial.
First the execution, then the verdict, then the trial.
Anyway, we have had a real trial.
Not yet. I have some evidence to give.
Your Honor, here is something that was picked up in the garden. A scroll.
What's in it?
It seems to be a letter written by the prisoner.
Who's it directed to?
It isn't directly at all, and that's the queerest thing about it.
Is it in the prisoner's handwriting?
It isn't, and that's the strangest bit about it.
He must have imitated somebody else's hand.
Thanks, Your Majesties. Didn't write that, you can't prove that I did. But I couldn't sign at the end. There's no name signed at the end.
If you didn't sign it, that only makes matters worse. You must have meant some mischief, or you'd have signed it like an honest man.
That proves his guilt.
It proves nothing of the sort. You don't even know what the letter's about.
Good point. Harold, read it.
It isn't a letter at all. It's a set of verses.
He's disguised his handwriting.
It's a secret code.
It isn't mine. Could it write like that if I tried?
Oh, don't you try to pull the wool over my eyes. It's plain you've written it, so nobody but yourself can read it. Very well then, read it yourself. Begin at the beginning, and go on until you have come to the end.
But I can't read it.
Can anyone else read this scroll? No? Then it's plain you wrote it, so nobody could on purpose. There's no telling what's in it. This is terrible.
You don't know whether it's terrible until you know what it says. Well, anyway, who knows the name wrote it?
Read it yourself if he didn't write it. Either he wrote it for himself alone or somebody else can read it.
Isn't that true?
It sounds true, but there's something wrong about it.
Read it yourself then!
Go on, read it.
No, remove him from the God.
If only I could remember what I was doing and where I stood. Yes, that's it! I was combing my hair in front of the looking glass. Oh, it's the looking glass writing. All you have to do is read it backwards. The title is Jabberwocky. If she's so sure of that, let her read it, your majesties. Let her read without the stop.
We give you 182 seconds.
Jabberwock was brilliant and the slithy toads did guide and gimble in the wave. On Lindsay was born of growth and Montmorency of brave.
Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite and the roars that catch.
Beware the jug bird, shamanist, grimmest bandersnatch. He took his vocal sword in hand, the long-time manxome coat he sought, so rested he by the tum-tum tree and stood a while in thought. And as in offish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came free from the cold's good and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, root and root, roll lay when snake snap! He left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back. And